attend this evening of short plays, take two, because for those of you who worked with us last week, and as those of you who were know, we didn't have electricity last week, and we had to leave the library, which was very, very sad. But everyone here was gracious enough to find time to come back and make this thing happen. So we're very excited and we're very pleased. My name's Rachel Strayer, by the way. I've been teaching this class for the last several months, and this is actually, what, my third or fourth or fifth or fourth, Stephen knows. This is my fourth time teaching this class. I've taught some other playwriting classes at the library, and I'm extremely grateful to Sandy Longo and the Abington Community Library for connecting me with this group of young people and allowing me to teach these classes. We have some alums of the class here, and actually Mark and Krista, who both took my adult playwriting class, have filled in for some other readers who were not able to make it this week, so we're very appreciative of them as well. I think that's all I've got to say. So just know that your playwrights, as listed in your program, they wrote these plays from scratch. This is their own imagination and creativity at work. We went over format and all kinds of skill exercises and things as they were creating these, and they gave each other a lot of very gracious and very helpful feedback throughout the process as well. So they voluntarily spent their summers working and writing things. And I think that's awesome. That's part of what makes me happiest of all. So be sure to stick around afterwards to congratulate them on their work. There will be a brief intermission. You'll note in your program. It should be about 10 minutes long, and there will be refreshments, also courtesy of the library, that they will bring in at that intermission, which you are able to all help yourselves to. And if there's anything left over afterwards, please feel free to eat other cookies and things that may be remaining. All right. Let's get started. Thank you.
WSAP by Benjamin Rodriguez. Scene, an empty stage. The narrator walks to the center of the stage. This is a record of the first and only broadcasting day of a television network called WSAP, named after the founders, Weirdo, Shyster, and Plagiarist. It was a fledgling network that was horribly desperate to fill 12 hours of programming, going to any dubious lengths. However, these lengths were probably in vain as their budget was horrible. This also introduced complications such as incompetent actors, only being able to broadcast for minutes at a time and not being able to afford videotapes. So everything that will transpire is going to be brief, live, and cheesy. Oh dear. The narrator walks off. The angry producer can be heard off stage.
This is outrageous! Where are my actors? Okay, we've got Nicola, Marianne, Yakov, Jules, Evan, Sassy, and we have Rochelle on the mic. You guys better be cooperative with me on this, because you guys have set the record for the most stubborn bunch of maggots I've ever worked with. Where the hell are my special guests? Edwina, Benson, you're both late. What is this, Edwina? Puppets? You're out. I want you out. Get out. Benson, you've been playing hooky from all the rehearsals and you missed the all-important briefing because you had to go to the future? What's that? Excuses. Look, I haven't worked with you before, and I just want to let you know that I don't like being at the mercy of people I haven't worked with before, understand? Perfect. Are you dressed? Okay, get your butt out there. We're on the air.
Benson scrambles on stage dressed as Doro, a man-child of sorts.
Doro the adventurer.
Doro walks in the center stage while trashy mainstream dance music plays.
Hi, kids. I'm standing in the middle of this dance floor. Can you help me find the punch bowl?
It's over there.
Benson points in the opposite direction of the bowl.
Here?
No.
Here?
No.
Suddenly, a conga line enters the stage and runs Doro over. Blackout. Light comes back to Marianne frolicking aimlessly on stage for no good reason.
Haven't you ever wanted to do the thing you've always wanted to do, but couldn't, because bad things would happen when you do? Well, now you can, with Happy Pills. Live life to the fullest with Happy Pills. Complete freedom in a bottle. Do anything you want. Now you can accomplish all your goals. With Happy Pills, all of your hopes and dreams will come true. Side effects include headache, nausea, itchy rashes, nosebleed, sleep paralysis, vomiting, chronic bad breath, dry mouth, deafness, body odor, gingivitis, full body hair loss, anal leakage, sleep eating, flushing, colitis, cancer of all kinds, encephalitis, varicose veins, more vomiting, swelling from everywhere, blindness, mood swings, feelings of impending doom, death of all your loved ones, being stalked by a creepy balding man, constant visits from your mother-in-law, being banned from public transit, being a jerk, have I mentioned vomiting, heart palpitations, having a high voice, diabetes, and for our Italian customers, pasta sauce not sticking to your pasta. For mother-in-law visits lasting more than 4 hours, a complimentary cane is included in your prescription for immediate removal. Don't use if you're pregnant, may become pregnant, or if you are breathing. Ask your doctor if Happy Pills is right for you.
Blackout. Jules as Samantha and Nicola as Dina enter center stage. Chairs are all over the place.
On this episode of Paranormal, Samantha and Dina go to a strange house.
So, sis, is this the house we were supposed to clean up?
I guess. It's the address Fred told me. Oh, wait, what the hell's with all these chairs?
Suddenly a spooky noise sounds.
Samantha, get the fucking holy water!
The chairs topple over.
Will they survive this chair house? Find out at 6 o'clock on WSAP, your source for original programming.
Blackout. Lights turn back on. Benson as Daffy, Marianne as contestant 1, and Yakov as contestant 2 sit at a table. Daffy is sitting opposite Marianne and Yakov.
Welcome back to the applicants with Daffy Thump.
I tasked you two to raise $3 million in 1 hour, and what do? You create a lemonade stand.
He holds up the sign used to advertise the stand.
Even the sign is crap. Why lemonade?
Because it's the drink of gods. And we also sold steak, sir.
Daffy pulls over the stock and samples it. And spits out the lemonade.
This tastes like the Bleeding East River. And this steak,
He samples it.
it's so frozen it sings Let It Go. How much money did you make from this shack-shaped piece of garbage operation?
We made 2,000.
Oh, good. At least you twits made something from this thing.
But someone stole all the money, so we lost 200.
You idiots! You sit there so nonchalantly while I have to pay the piper. You, Marianne, are disgraceful. This one was an idiotic idea you came up with. And Yakov, you are an outrageous person to permit it. Marianne, you're fired. And you're fired. You're both fired. Now get out.
They both leave the room. Daffy mumbles to himself.
Get the producers on the line so I can chew them out for casting such idiots.
Marianne, this time out of character, walks back on stage.
Hey, producer dude, I thought I was supposed to get more lines in this stupid thing.
Jump off a cliff, Marianne.
She exits the stage with a huff. Blackout. Lights come back on. Jules walks on stage.
Anyways, Ma, have you tried these new Happy Pills thingamajiggers? Oh my god, they are so good. I can finally do that thing I always wanted to do. It was awesome. I've been doing fine, Ma, except my pasta doesn't taste as good as it did 2 months ago. The sauce can't stick to it at all for some reason. Sorry, Ma, my mouth is dry. All of a sudden, and my head hurts. Oh, my heart! What do you mean my mother-in-law is coming to visit? For more than 4 hours? Oh my god, the world is going to end! The world is ending, we're all going to die! Why is there a balding man staring at me and smiling? Oh, I think I might throw up.
She drops the phone and runs off stage. Blackout. Lights come back on. Yakov as Dr. Bill, Megan, and a goat are sitting.
Welcome back to Dr. Bill.
Today we are joined by Megan Petrokovich and Gody McGoderson from Pennsylvania. Welcome.
I like totes, thank you.
You're welcome. Now, Megan and Gody have only been married a month, and they are already experiencing marital troubles. Now tell me, how did you guys meet?
Well, there's this really hot guy named Jason, and I really wanted to date him, so to prove I was worthy of dating him, I married this goat, and then my best friend scratched his face off. Then everyone vomited from eating donuts. That's all I remember.
Okay, now, what are your marital troubles?
Well, he can't even hold a coherent conversation. I just want to know how his day was, and he can't even talk.
Gody, how do you respond?
Mad.
Very interesting, very interesting. Megan?
I can't believe you would say that. Where the heck did this come from? You never said this before. Usually just totes sit around eating all the spare tin cans.
Mad.
I freaking hate you.
Well, I think this is obviously supposed to not work out. Have you two thought about separation?
But he saves me so much in garbage disposal costs. And that is so perpendicular.
Mad.
You'll even eat extra? I let totes think we can work this out.
She hugs the goat.
Well, that's nice. They worked it out. Looks like this was meant to be. Now, join us next time as a father confronts his son. Has he been secretly eating in the bathtub? Good night.
Blackout. Lights come back on, and Evan as Skeevy walks to center stage.
He's a grade A dirtbag. He's the most jerkiest man in the world.
I'm not always a jerk, but when I am, I throw pies in my cousin's face as a Christmas present. And I also invite my ex to my soccer game. And I ride in my PT Cruiser and call random girls hot pieces of butt. Stay jerky, my friends.
This is an advertisement for Ivana Tinkle's Pies. Don't do any of the following, as you'll probably end up dying alone, permanently blacklisted by the American Women's League, or your sister might end up posting a compromising picture of you after your intense breakup on the interwebs.
Blackout. Light comes up to an empty stage.
On this episode of Upton Monastery, the Crawbushes mourn.
Nicola as Viola and Sassy Frass as Sibella walk in.
It's horrible. Matea died when a car knocked her over and crushed her to bits. Now who's going to inherit the cheese doodle fortune?
I don't know. It's just too horrific.
Mark walks in.
Why are you so sad, ladies?
Because your wife died!
No!
Now that Matea is dead, I can finally make the moves on Mark. He'll be mine. All mine.
Well, I think it's too late for that, sweetheart. Since I was Matea's valet and maid, I was very close to Mark, and now I'm carrying his baby.
Dun, dun, dun.
Plays. While Janet looks all shocked to the audience, the action freezes while Evan as a salesman walks on stage.
Now for a commercial break.
Come down to Crazy Johnny's Shantytown. You won't believe these prices. Get this gigantic bowl big enough to raise a small family, and not for $20, but for $8, cause I'm crazy. We've got a special on this frozen box of Nathan's Murderous Peanut Butter Spaghetti. It's half off. Come in the next 6 hours and get a case of 12 bags of Crawbush ranch cheese doodles, only 88 cents. Also get a 2,000 calories bottle of Happy Pills for only 1 penny. Crazy, isn't it? But that doesn't stop there. Get your ears pierced while you wait in line. See this box of old Tupperware? Come down and pick it up, and I'll give you $5 out of my own pocket. It's insane! Come down to Crazy Johnny's Shantytown today and look for our new location off exit 194.
The salesman leaves, and in comes Sassy Frass as herself.
You loved her as that angry customer in a gas station.
Is someone going to get off their asses and come help me, or is that too much to ask?
And this summer you'll fall in love with her all over again. Sassy Frass returns in a new one-line wonder event. What will come out of her mouth? Find out in the Sassy Frass one-line, one-woman special.
Sassy Frass leaves, and the Upton Monastery action continues.
And now back to the show.
And since I'm carrying his baby, I'll get to inherit the cheese doodle fortune.
You stink pot!
They leave, and a whole bunch of people walk in. Benson as Roberto walks in, still dressed as Daffy.
Benson, your shirt.
Oh, shoot!
He takes his Daffy costume and toupee off quickly.
And now, since I'm running this monastery, I will decide who the heir of the cheese doodle fortune is. It is Josephine Mole.
Baby!
Janet springs up.
What? No! You crook!
She brandishes a gun and shoots Roberto. He falls over, dead. Viola rushes over to cradle his dead body.
You killed him! You killed him and now he's dead!
Just then, the angry producer can be heard.
What? This is preposterous. You can't do this.
A SWAT team comes on stage.
Who are you? What is this?
FCC, this is a raid. You're all coming downtown for copyright infringement.
Even me?
Yes, even you, Mr. Dead Guy Dude. Come on, hey, jerkiest guy in the world, come back here. You're coming too. Let's go, keep it going. You too, producer.
He escorts everyone out. The narrator walks in. And this is why they're no longer on the air. Blackout. End of play.
Good job.
Alpha and Omega by Bree Catherine Heffley. Although they make regular scene changes, Alpha and Omega do not acknowledge each other's existence until the very last scene. June enters, skipping and laughing onto a dimly lit stage. She waves to the audience and walks downstage to the edge where she sits, facing the audience. Scene 1. The scene opens to a couch and a love seat on an otherwise empty stage. Mother and father are on the couch, and Ava Lynn is in the love seat, huddled in a ball. Honey, will you please tell us what's wrong?
Evelyn, we can't help you if you don't tell us what's wrong.
I'll tell you, but you can't speak so loud. He'll hear you.
Mother looks around cautiously and lowers her voice.
Who will hear?
Every night I see him, he gets closer and closer to killing me. Last night was the worst yet.
There's someone in our house at night? Evelyn, what are you talking about?
Evelyn starts rocking back and forth and begins to cry.
No, he's not here. He's in my dreams. It's him. Every single night. I can't stand the fact I can't fight back. I can't defend myself. I want to beat the shit out of him, but I can't.
So, you've been having nightmares? I used to have those when...
No, they are not just some dreams. He's real. I know he's real, and he's watching. All the time. He's probably mad at me for telling you. He gets mad when I tell people about his plan.
Honey, we should take you to the doctor right away. Howard, go start the car.
Father begins to leave.
No, we aren't going to a doctor.
Mother grabs Father's arm and pulls him back to the couch. He sits.
Honey, are you sure?
Yes, I don't need a doctor. I don't need to be locked in some room with someone that doesn't care about what's wrong. What I need is him gone. I need to be gone.
What do you mean, Evelyn? You're not thinking about...
Yes, Mom. I have to leave.
Evelyn.
I have to run away as far as I can go. Just keep running and never look back.
Evelyn runs off stage left. Mother begins to weep.
Did I do something wrong? I must have made some mistake for my daughter to end up like this. She did nothing wrong.
Please, calm down, darling. This wasn't your fault. Sometimes parts of a person's mind don't work the right way and something just snaps. It's nothing the doctors can really explain.
It isn't fair. Why does she have to suffer like this? And now we can't even try to help fix whatever's wrong.
Mother begins to weep again.
I know, honey. I know.
They walk off stage with voice fading as they leave.
Hello? Yes, have you seen my daughter? She's not well and ran off.
Alpha and Omega enter on opposing sides. Alpha carries on a desk and chair. Blackout. Scene 2. Evelyn walks on stage right and sits at the desk. She picks up the pen and begins to write.
I finally got away. Things can only get better from here. Now I have to write to Jamie Grace. Dear Jamie Grace, Mom has probably told you by now, but I feel the need to tell you myself. Someone is out to kill me. I know his face anywhere, but I only see him in my dreams. That's why I ran away. Maybe I can lose him. It was the only thing left to do. I'll write again soon. Evelyn.
Evelyn puts down the pen and laughs. June gets up and walks to the desk, picks up the pen and walks to her original position. Evelyn stops laughing and falls to the floor, dead.
Oh no!
June returns to her position. Alpha and Omega enter on opposing sides. Alpha removes the desk and chair. Omega carries Evelyn off stage. Blackout. June's giggling can still be heard. Scene 3. Alpha and Omega enter on opposing sides. Alpha carries on a large rock. JJ walks on with the cell phone and breath spray.
Can't believe of all the places in the world to get your car stolen, it has to be in the middle of nowhere.
He looks around, checks his cell phone.
There's not even a house for miles, and I don't even have service to call for help. Great. Just great.
He walks over to the rock and sits.
Well, there's nothing left to do now than just sit and wait. Maybe someone will drive by.
A beat of silence. Saleswoman walks on stage left.
Please tell me that I haven't lost my mind and that you are a real person and not some mirage.
Sorry to say that I am. Oh, please. Well, I don't think you see mirages in the middle of the country, but never mind that. Yes, I'm a real person that's stranded here. Don't tell me you are too.
I'm sorry to say, but I am.
JJ stands to leave.
Well, I'm glad if I'm stranded with someone. That way I'm not alone, you know?
Yeah, true. Well, I better go walking now. I'm sure my family would get worried if...
I'm sorry to interrupt, but do you know which way you should be traveling?
Right. This old lady's trying to tag herself along. Each day just keeps getting better and better. Well, no, but I can find my way. Thanks for the offer, Mrs.
She hands him a business card.
Martha Coldwater. I'm in the insurance business. And your name?
Oh, nice to meet you, Mrs. Coldwater. My name is Jason Johansson, but everybody calls me JJ.
Now don't lose that card, okay? My pleasure to meet you, Mr. Johansson. Now if you need some assistance finding a way, I will be more than happy to help.
Fine.
Very well then. Would you prefer I just call you Jason then?
Yes, but...
Alright, Jason. Shall we get going?
Sure. Why not?
Great, let's go.
They get up and begin to walk down stage left.
How much farther, lady?
Just about another mile.
Just? Since when was just a whole mile?
Since I had to walk 5 miles just to get to school.
This lady tells me the childhood stories my grandma does that I'm going to
JJ lags behind once they reach center stage and onward.
Just over there, a little ways is a gas station. You can call somebody for help there.
JJ shakes her hand.
I won't forget this.
Go ahead and forget what I did. Just don't forget who I am. You hear me, Mr. Jason Johansson?
Okay, whatever.
He runs off stage right. As he runs, not quite off stage, he throws the business card. June runs and picks up the card. She then returns to her original position, and instantly, JJ collapses, dead. The saleswoman continues on, oblivious to what happened.
Kids these days never remember what they're supposed to.
Alpha and Omega enter opposing sides. Alpha carries off the rock, and Omega carrying off JJ. Blackout. June's giggling can be heard. Scene 4. Alpha and Omega enter opposing sides. Alpha carries on a bench. Caleb, Joey, and Anna walk on stage left talking.
Hey, wanna go swim in the lake?
No, I can't swim in the dark.
Dude, what are you talking about? You won $50 doing blindfolded laps around the school pool. What's the real reason?
Oh, yeah,
Caleb, come on. It's Anna's birthday.
I just did my hair, okay? I don't want to mess it up.
Seriously? Is that really all you can think about?
Oh, no?
You know what? Whatever. If you're gonna be a major a-hole, we'll go without you.
Joey, don't be mean. We won't go if you don't want us to.
No, it's fine. Have fun.
Okay. See ya. We don't need him.
I know, but yeah, you're right. Let's go.
Joey and Anna walk off stage right, and Caleb sits on the bench.
It's really nice out tonight. Surprised I don't see any hot joggers passing by.
He tugs at his jeans and uses his phone to check his hair.
Ah, crap. The humidity out here might make my hair act up. I gotta go get my gel.
He stands to leave, looking back in the direction of the lake.
I won't be gone long.
He runs off stage left. June walks on stage right and sits on the bench, speaking to the audience.
Words are more important than some silly little hairstyle, don't you think?
Caleb walks back on stage with the hair gel, reapplies, and sits on the bench and begins to play with his hand. He doesn't originally notice June.
Hi.
Holy crap, you scared me. When did you get here?
And you were putting that glue in your hair?
It isn't glue. It's high quality hair. Why am I even trying to explain this to you?
I don't know. What's your name?
Caleb.
Hi, Caleb. I'm June. How old are you?
I'm 16. What are you, 6?
I'm 7, thank you very much. All the big kids I know have friends. Why don't you have friends? I could be your friend.
I have friends.
Where are they? Oh, are they imaginary? I had imaginary friends when I was 5.
Listen here, Pipsqueak. My friends aren't imaginary, and you are annoying me.
Then where are your friends?
They're swimming in the lake.
Where aren't you with them? Do you know how to swim? I could be a good friend and teach you if you don't.
I know how to swim. And are you serious? Why would I want to be friends with some annoying little brat like you? Get out of here. Go bother your other bratty friends.
I don't have friends. That's why I was hoping you would be my friend.
Why would I want to be friends with you? Just leave me alone.
Fine. You won't be sorry.
Uh-huh, sure I will.
June runs off stage right. Caleb walks off stage left and quickly returns with Anna and Joey.
And she was all like, "You'll be sorry." Like I'd really want to be friends with some little girl.
Whoa, that's really creepy.
No, that's ridiculous, Caleb. I think all that hair gel is finally getting to your brain.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe I should try a new hairstyle.
Joey and Anna are ahead of Caleb off stage. Caleb is on stage looking for his hair gel. June walks back on stage.
Looking for this?
She holds the bottle of hair gel and throws it off stage.
I can't believe you just did that! Get over here, you little...
He collapses and is dragged off by Omega, who enters stage right. Alpha carries off the bench, entering from stage left. Blackout. June's giggling can be heard. Scene 5. Alpha and Omega walk in on opposing sides, carrying easy chairs. Omega has a large book. They stop and sit on center stage.
I still don't see the point in all of this.
Omega looks up from his book, clearly annoyed.
What's that?
I just don't see why this had to happen.
I really need to explain this again.
I suppose.
This is a lesson for my darling June.
What do you mean?
It's quite simple, really. I don't like them, so I use them as examples.
You mean,
Yes, Alpha.
then how does...
She teaches herself the lesson.
What if she doesn't succeed? Mr. Omega, do you realize how awful it would be if we had to answer to...
Alpha, the only one you have to worry about answering to is me. Do you know who I answer to? No one. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, sir. Crystal.
Splendid. And to clarify your question, of course she succeeded. She is my daughter, after all.
You're right, I suppose. We did help her. Now, how did you choose the subjects for the lesson?
Isn't it obvious? They're all self-absorbed. That girl, what was her name?
Evelyn, sir.
Oh, right. Lovely name. But anyhow, she ran from her family not because she thought that there was someone out to kill her, but because she couldn't stand her mother. She fabricated the entire thing.
That is not at all tolerable. Her mother is devastated, but she didn't care. What about the others?
I'm glad you're beginning to see it the way I do. The young man, Jason, his car was stolen. I sent someone to help him. But because she didn't meet his standards of accompaniment, he did not respect her. He did the one thing she told him not to do.
There are some truly awful people in this world.
Yes, there are. And that is what I teach my daughter. And this boy, Caleb, he didn't want to spend time with his friends because he was worried about his hair. It was his friend's birthday.
There's so much disrespect and lack of kindness in this world. I see now why you must teach these things to June.
I'm glad we see eye to eye now. Speaking of June, it's time to hear her report.
He calls to June, who's in her original position, and hands Alpha the book.
June, come here, honey.
June gets up from her spot and runs over to Alpha and Omega, giving Omega a hug and a kiss on the cheek.
Hi, Daddy. Hi, Alpha.
Hello, sweetie.
Nice to see you again, Miss June.
Don't call me Miss June. It makes me sound old. Like Daddy.
You're right, June. A young girl like yourself shouldn't have such an aged title.
Well then, I suppose I should go buy a wheelchair and some wrinkle cream.
Not that old, Daddy.
I know, honey, I'm just kidding. But on a more serious note, how did your lesson go, darling?
Great, Daddy. I did just what you told me to. There's some mean people.
Yes,
Yes.
June. That's what your father was trying to show you.
Indeed. Were you fully successful?
Yes,
June
Father. They
moves
are
to
all
stand
dead.
over to Alpha's chair.
Yes, Father. They are all dead.
Wonderful.
He glares at Alpha.
Now, are you ready for one more lesson?
Yes, Father.
One about workers that question the motives of their employer?
Yes, Father.
Alpha's eyes widen. He begins to back into his chair. June takes the book from Alpha, and he falls out of his chair, dead.
Great work, honey. I'll remove him and then we go out to eat. Okay, princess?
Okay, Daddy.
Omega carries Alpha off stage. June turns to the audience.
Daddy says I'm a great learner, and I'll be a great ruler one day, like a queen, but I always ask him, why can't I be a queen now? And he always says, you're too little, darling. But today, I'm going to show Daddy I can be queen whenever I want. Do you want to learn the lesson? I'll teach you my favorite one.
She sits back in Alpha's chair, swinging her feet.
I'll teach you and Daddy my favorite lesson as proof. Are you ready?
She hears Omega begin to come back. Omega walks back on stage and begins to return to his chair.
Hi, Daddy.
Hello, honey.
June jumps up out of Alpha's chair and then sits in Omega's. He falls to the ground dead. She crosses her legs and folds her hands, leaning back in her father's chair.
Here endeth the lesson.
Blackout. June's giggling can be heard. End of play. Seasons of Life by Nikki Petrie. The setting of every scene will be taking place on the front porch of a family living in the white picket fence lifestyle. The house should be stage left with a detached garage and driveway towards stage right. On the porch, the front door of the house should be able to open for characters to enter and exit at various times. The porch should also have either 2 rocking chairs or a porch swing for characters to sit on. Scene 1, Love and Marriage. The scene begins with the lights coming up as if it is morning. Love and Marriage by Frank Sinatra plays as the lights come up. The music should cut off or fade right after the first verse ends. A narrator walks to center stage. The narrator is to be dressed simply as to not distract the audience too much.
Everyone dreams of achieving the white picket fence lifestyle. Unfortunately, very few get to live it due to the availability of homes with white picket fences. This is the story of Michael Baker and Karen Reed. They had dated since the beginning of their freshman year and knew it was meant to be. In their senior year, they were voted homecoming king and queen, as well as prom king and queen. Right after high school, Michael proposed, and they were married quickly on June 18, 1995. Today is August 11, 1995. They have just bought a home together, so Michael can go to college full-time while Karen works for her parents to save up money.
The The narrator moves to downstage left as Karen and Michael enter holding hands.
It really is beautiful. It's everything I could have possibly imagined.
Well, it's not perfect yet. It still needs some work.
I know, but for what we need right now, it's perfect. But there is still one thing missing.
What's that?
Us.
Karen gives Michael a kiss before leading him into the house, and the narrator moves back to center stage.
They lived in a state of sheer bliss for a couple of years before they received some big news.
The narrator moves back to his previous spot. The lights go down, as if it is nighttime, until it is eventually a blackout. Scene 2. Life. While still in blackout, Michael sits on the front porch and begins to read a newspaper. The lights come up as if it is morning. Karen enters the porch through the front door and is holding something behind her back. Michael puts down his newspaper.
Good morning. I thought you'd never wake up. Did you sleep well?
I slept well. I have some big news.
Did you get a promotion? A raise?
Karen takes the positive pregnancy test from behind her back.
I'm pregnant.
Michael tears up from sheer joy and puts his hands on her belly.
Hi, pregnant. I'm Dad.
Already starting on the dad jokes. I haven't even had the baby yet.
Well, I will be a father soon enough. We better go tell your parents.
Karen sits down next to Michael.
Can it wait? I don't want to start spreading the news only to have the doctor say I wasn't actually pregnant.
I suppose we could wait a couple of weeks. There's no harm in waiting, just to be sure.
They share a kiss before going back into the house. The narrator walks up the front steps and begins to hang an "It's a Boy" banner. While he hangs it, he begins to speak.
Karen was in fact pregnant, and on April 26, 1997, Jonathan Michael Baker was born.
The narrator finishes putting up the banner and returns to his spot downstage right. Karen and Michael enter. She is carrying a baby in a blue blanket. They stop walking when they reach the walkway to the porch, and Karen speaks to the baby.
Welcome home, John.
Michael kisses Karen before they go inside the house. The narrator goes back to the porch, changing the banner to say, "It's a girl." Narrator moves back to his spot and speaks again.
2 years later, on May 15, 1999, Haley Jennifer Baker was born.
Karen and Michael enter the same way as they did with John, except not stopping to say anything, and the baby's blanket is pink. They just continue straight into the house. The narrator takes down the banner before returning to his spot. Scene 3. Hatred and divorce. The scene is meant to flow as seamlessly as the transition between the second and first scenes. It is the fall.
Today is Saturday in the fall of 2015. Baby John is now a legal adult and has recently started his freshman year at the local college. Haley has recently begun her junior year at Belmont High. Karen's become the head of the PTA, and Michael now owns a successful restaurant in town. Karen and Michael no longer have the same passion they once shared in the early days of their marriage.
Michael enters from the front door carrying a garbage bag and looking a good deal older. He descends the steps and puts the bag in the trash can. His cell phone goes off and he answers it.
Hello? Catherine, I told you not to call my home or cell phone.
Karen enters from the front door.
Yes, we're still on for tomorrow.
He glances at Karen,
I've got to go.
hangs up his phone and turns to her.
Hey, honey, what's the matter?
I think we both know quite well what's the issue.
She gestures for him to sit next to her,
Please sit.
and he joins her on the porch.
I'm sorry.
That's it? I'm sorry? That's all you can say for yourself? Do you honestly think I'd be suspicious when you kept saying late at work? I just wish you would have said something instead of hiding it. We could have worked this out.
I'm sorry. I made a mistake. You're the only woman I'll ever love.
How many more times do I have to hear that line? That sweet nothing you whisper right before we go to bed? I can't do this anymore, Michael. I can't.
And what are we going to tell John and Haley?
The truth.
So this is it? This is the end?
Yeah.
Haley pokes her head up from behind the door.
Hey, Mom, can I... Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. We'll be in just a minute.
Haley heads back inside with Michael and Karen following a moment after. The narrator returns to center stage.
That was the end of their fairy tale. Months afterwards, they divorced. Michael proceeded to move out while Karen kept the house in custody of Haley. The children took the divorce hard. John couldn't begin to fathom why his parents had chosen to end their marriage so abruptly instead of attempting to fix things. John continued to college, eventually earning his degree and graduating.
The narrator returns to his spot as it transitions into the next scene. Scene 4, Death. The scene takes place 4 years after the events of the previous scene. Karen and Haley are relaxing on the porch. Karen is reading a book and Haley is on her cell phone.
Today is December 13th, 2019. It has been said that Friday the 13th is an unlucky day. I have also heard that results may vary.
A landline phone rings in the background and Karen puts down her book.
Haley, can you get that for me?
Haley puts her cell phone in her pocket.
Sure.
She goes inside to get the phone while Karen waits patiently. Haley returns with the phone and hands it to Karen.
It's
Hello?
for you.
Hello? Yes, I'm John's mother. What is this about? Well, thank you for calling.
She hangs up the phone and begins to cry. Haley rushes to comfort her mother.
Mom, who was that? What did they say?
John, it was found in the apartment. He killed himself.
Haley hugs her mother.
No, he would never do that. That's impossible.
I know, just go call your father and tell him what happened.
Haley begins to dial his number, but as she does so, Michael enters, clearly having been crying. He walks up the steps.
I came as soon as I heard.
He sits down with them and holds his family tightly, as if he is unwilling to let go. The lights dim as the narrator walks center stage. A spotlight is shown on him.
That was the first time Michael and Karen had seen each other in almost 4 years. They may have seemed like a perfect family, but in the end, perfection doesn't exist. Forcing perfection leads to serious consequences in the end, and not everyone gets their happy ending.
The narrator exits. Landslide by Fleetwood Mac begins to play, starting at the second verse and ending at the end of the third verse, as the lights come up to reveal the portrait of a family, now brought back together again. End of play. A brief example of the stereotypical high school social scene by Lily T. Martin. Scene 1, setting, a crowded hallway. The lights on the stage slowly fade so the chaos should only vaguely be seen. Connor's mom and Kate's mom enter. There should be a spotlight on each of them.
There was once a kingdom located on a hill. It was hot, dirty, boring, and ruled by a group called the Queen Bees. This kingdom was called high school.
The lights come back on full. Amid the chaos, Lucy, Ashley, Kate, and Lauren should come into view. Kate is yelling at Ashley.
How could you? I thought we were friends.
Kate, listen to me, please. You have to believe me. He kissed me. I didn't want to be a part of this.
Oh, so that's your story? You were in the library studying and my boyfriend just came in and started kissing you?
Kate, please, if you would just...
Frustrated, Kate screams and lunges at Ashley. The two girls fight, hair pulling, scratching, punching, etc. Until Lucy and Lauren pull them off each other.
What the heck is going on here? Can't you two just get along?
She was freaking kissing my boyfriend in the middle of the library.
Like I said, it wasn't like that, I swear.
Oh, it wasn't like that. Then how was it like, huh? What's the matter? Too afraid to own up to me?
Ashley opens up her mouth to respond.
Never mind. I don't want to hear your apologies. You will never be popular like us because you are all short, ugly, and wannabe.
Kate lunges at Ashley again, but this time Lucy steps in the middle and gets hit instead.
That's enough. Ashley, let's go. Kate, I can't believe you. I thought you were better than this.
Whatever. You never had a chance of being as good as me. You spend too much time hanging with those nerds on the track team.
I never needed you anyway. Come on, Ashley, let's go.
She sees Lauren standing in the middle.
Lauren, are you coming? Or are you going to keep walking with those cold-hearted airheads?
Sorry, Lucy. I don't want to go back to being on the bottom.
Lauren hooks arms with Kate. Kate and Lauren flip their hair and strut away.
And so began the epic battle between the Queen Bees that threw the whole school into chaos.
Setting, a backyard. Lauren and Kate, your stereotypical popular girls, are sitting on lawn chairs talking. Lauren is reading a magazine waiting for her nails to dry. Kate is curling her hair with a straightening iron.
Oh my gosh. Justin and Selena are back on again. What is this life?
Whoa, girl. Don't move. You'll smudge. Do you think I should wear my new bathing suit from PacSun? Or that one I bought last year at Airy to Connor's party tonight?
Katie Marie, did you just listen to what I said? Justin and Selena are back together again.
Kate burns her hand on the flat iron and starts screaming. Blackout. Scene 3. Setting, a backyard. Tyler and Owen are sitting, playing some video games and eating Doritos.
Fudge, attack him! Not me. Come on, come on, come on. Die, die, die. Darn it!
Do you want to start over?
Now I have to go to Staples and buy a new protractor because the dog ate mine.
Owen shoves a handful of Doritos into his mouth.
Can I keep the Doritos?
Yeah, whatever. See you at Connor's party tonight? Maybe you can come and play video games before or something?
Blackout. Scene 4. Setting, a backyard. Lucy and Ashley are lying out on beach towels, texting and sipping lemonade.
Do you want to go to that party tonight?
At Connor's? I don't know. Who's gonna be there?
The whole grade. And Connor.
Shut up, Lucy.
Come on, we have to go practice. I have to start running every day if I have any hopes of making it to states.
Blackout, scene 5. Setting, a backyard. Tyler and Owen are watching Lucy and Ashley, their cross-country teammates, waiting for a chance to talk to them. They finally find their perfect moment, and Owen fixes his hair and does warm-up breaths.
Okay, Tyler, remember, we are the top athletes on the cross-country team. Just act cool. Let the ladies do the math.
Math? I love math!
Owen strikes a pose.
Never mind. Just follow my lead.
Owen and Tyler strut over to Lucy and Ashley. Owen flicks his hair.
Sup, ladies?
Hey, Owen, Tyler.
Tyler smiles and nods in the girl's direction. Owen glares at him.
Sorry, ladies. Just give us one moment.
Owen pulls Tyler aside and starts to whisper yell at him.
Dude, seriously, smiling and nodding? Do you want a date to homecoming? I told you to play it cool.
Connor and Aiden, your stereotypical jocks, enter. Lucy directs an insult towards Connor.
Hey, Tangerine.
Connor pretends to be hurt.
It's not my fault I'm from Florida.
Yeah, whatever, Orange.
Calm down, everyone. Let's be buddies, not bullies. That includes you, Carrot.
Everyone bursts out laughing as Connor storms away in mock rage before quickly jogging back. Owen refers to Aiden and Connor.
You see that, Tyler? That is how you win a date to homecoming.
Kate and Lauren, who have been secretly watching this whole scene, glare at Lucy and Ashley in disgust, and then proceed to flip their hair and exit. Blackout, scene 6. Setting, backyard. Kate and Lauren are sitting in lawn chairs flipping through health magazines.
I can't believe that those track girls would dare talk to Aiden and Connor. Laura's we are totally asking Connor and Aiden to homecoming tonight at the party.
But homecoming isn't until October, and we don't know them, like, at all.
Lauren, just shut up!
She finds a recipe for organic foods.
I want to make a quiche.
Don't you mean quiche?
You know what? Just shut up. We shouldn't make a quiche anyway. It's a way high fat cholesterol.
Blackout, scene 7. Setting, Connor's party. There should be a designated pool, maybe a blow-up kiddie pool, somewhere on the stage.
This party is amazing.
She nudges Ashley.
Hey, look who I see. His name starts with a C, ends with an R, and there is an O-N-N-O in the middle, and he has homecoming date written all over him.
Oh, shut up. Oh, here it comes. Oh my gosh, I'm walking in. Is my hair okay? I think I see a flower.
Ashley, you look fine. Hey, I'm gonna go get another iced tea, so how about you talk to Connor while I'm gone?
Ashley opens her mouth to protest.
Bye.
Lucy starts walking away, only to be confronted by Kate and Lauren.
Hey you, come here a second.
She narrows her eyes and drops her voice to a whisper.
I don't know what you're planning, but Aiden is mine.
Okay.
Don't play dumb.
I saw you talking to them on the track today.
Lucy rolls her eyes.
Just don't come near them. Got it?
Yeah, whatever.
Kate and Lauren walk away and are replaced by Owen, Tyler, and Ashley.
Hey, Owen, Tyler.
Sees Ashley.
How'd it go with Connor?
Well, I didn't ask him, but we talked a lot. He was nice. He was nice. Really nice.
Connor and Aiden enter. Connor and Aiden enter and awkward silence follows. Owen breaks the awkward silence.
So I was thinking.
Oh no, not again.
I was thinking about that giant ice cube that is in the freezer. You know, the one we made at the end of the year party?
The one in the bucket?
Yeah, that one. Anyways, if we take the ice cube out of the bucket and put it in the pool, and an orange peel out so that when someone walks over the peel, they fall into the pool, and then BAM! Perfect end of summer prank.
Crickets chirp.
Come on, it is the mother of all pranks.
It's not that bad, Aiden. Aiden, go get the ice cube. And Tyler, you can get the orange peel.
An ice cube is placed in the pool and the orange peel is set on stage. Kate and Lauren enter.
Hey Aiden, wanna go too?
She slips on the orange peel and falls into the pool.
Homecoming? I'm good, thanks.
Blackout, scene 8. Setting, a crowded hallway, this time less chaotic. Connor's mom enters.
And so ended the long reign of Queens Kate and Lauren, brought down by the noble orange peel and ice bath of Owen's heroic knight. They all live happily ever after. The end.
There's a brief blackout in which we will hear Kate's mom running on stage. The lights come back on.
No. My poor baby was rejected a date to the dance, and her best friend won't even speak to her, and she can't wear heels for a year.
You're ruining the happy ending.
Look at what a mess your delinquent child made. He's running the story, and he's broke.
How dare you insult my son? You want to fight? Well, bring it, you little...
Blackout. End of play. Situation by Max Earl. Open to a darkened stage. A single light flickers over center stage above two chairs tied together. The chairs are back to back, facing downstage and upstage. There are two men tied to the chairs. In the chair facing upstage is David Rutger. In the chair facing downstage is John Stevenson, a military scientist from the Pentagon. The ropes are tied around John so that none of his torso can be seen. This takes place in the year 2031. After the lights flicker on, John starts to wake up. He is extremely groggy and confused.
Wait. Where am I?
He looks around, taking in his surroundings. He starts struggling against his bonds, and this produces nothing.
Anyone, help! Can anyone hear me? I've been kidnapped!
Dave wakes up startled.
Get me out of here!
Shh, quiet down. You don't want to get their attention.
What? Why? Who are these people?
I don't know. I think they're terrorists. I haven't been here much longer than you. All they do is stand guard outside and look in through the window at the top of the door.
I always knew this would happen. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
How could you know something like that?
Someone in my field of employment should always be concerned about this kind of thing.
And what exactly do you do?
I'm a scientist.
A scientist? Why would that make you concerned about kidnapping?
I'm not just any scientist. I'm a military scientist. I work for the Pentagon. I'm still not sure what they would want, though. I mean, I wasn't on any significant projects.
Huh?
So, now you know why I'm here. What reason would they have to get you?
I don't know. I'm just a post officer from Nebraska. Nothing special.
But there has to be something they want from you.
But there's nothing I have. Nothing they would want anyways.
Maybe they want someone, no offense, but average.
Why? Why can an average guy like me when they're able to kidnap military scientists?
To send a message.
What?
They're terrorists, right?
Yeah.
And what's a terrorist's only purpose? To create fear. If they want to create fear, they need to show that no one is safe, that everyone is a target, that everyone from government workers to average men like you aren't safe, that they can take care of anyone who can get in their way.
Dave puts his head in his hands.
Oh. We're gonna die. We're both gonna die here, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Don't say that. We can't give up hope. Not yet. The government will have their best men looking for me. I know it.
But you said you weren't on any important projects.
John hesitates for a moment, unsure of whether or not he should tell Dave something. He decides against it.
Yes. Yes, I did.
But you can't just be any military scientist.
What?
If the government has their best men looking for you, you're obviously on something important.
Listen, I'm not at liberty to tell you what I'm working on, and even if I was, this is a matter of national security. The information that I have could put American lives at risk.
I understand, but we need to find out what makes you different. If we find out more about what kinds of things you were working on, maybe we could find out what they really want, which, let me remind you, we still don't know.
I was working on a certain project years ago. It may be what they want.
What is it?
It was top secret. No, not top secret. It was off the books entirely.
But the government keeps records of everything. The whole mess with the NSA a few years back proved that.
Not this. If any information about this leaked, it would be a disaster. A global disaster. Nothing would be the same.
But what is it?
John concentrates, as if trying to remember something. Then his eyes widen and he starts to panic.
I don't remember. Oh God, why can't I remember? I know there was something, but it's gone. It's gone, but how?
How could you have forgotten something that would supposedly cause a global disaster?
I don't know! It doesn't make sense. Why? Why can't I just remember?
His eyes widen in realization.
Oh God.
They took it.
Who?
The government. My memories, they took them. But how?
I don't know.
But maybe.
Come on, just concentrate. Focus.
Wait.
What is it?
Oh no. What have I done?
What is it?
John sits in silence, then takes a deep breath and speaks.
I was part of the abstract sciences department, basically paranormal research. When we made a breakthrough in mental augmentation, we developed a prototype of of a psychic device.
Mind reading?
No. No, it was worse. So much worse. Oh God, I remember it now. It was horrible. Us scientists, we thought we were creating a mental espionage device for the CIA. But it was lies. All lies, and it...
What is it? What happened?
The prototype was near completion when one of the younger scientists was assigned to refine the power source, make it work more efficiently. But he tried to test it, and that's when it all went wrong. The device didn't read the minds of others, it amplified the thoughts of the user. The scientist who tested it, he never knew. He wasn't stable enough. He couldn't control the power, and he
stares at the ground, recalling the pain.
What did he do? What happened?
Thought is the most abstract form of human consciousness. As individuals, we can control it, but imagine you could feel the thoughts of others. It would drive you insane. The abstract impulses of the human mind, the power of thought. But this wasn't just normal thought. This was the violent, abstract thought of a human young man, testosterone-filled, full of the energy possessed by a human in his prime, amplified to almost inconceivable levels. It killed them. It killed everyone. His thoughts, it went into the minds of everyone. Scientists, soldiers, it tore their minds apart. Their consciousness ripped inside out, shattered and torn from their bodies. From every pore, every fiber of their being destroyed. It was like a nuclear bomb, but of thought. Imagine the loss of life after the atomic bomb. All the human casualties, but with no fallout, no physical destruction. The bomb, perfected. No one can hide, no one can escape. Nothing moves faster than thought, nothing goes farther. An infinite bomb, a mind bomb. That was their plan. That was their plan all along. They never intended to create any kind of espionage device. All they wanted was a new way to kill. And they succeeded. They won.
There's a long pause. John and Dave sit silently.
How do you know this? You said no one survived.
One person did. I did.
How?
I was the scientist. I killed them all. I felt them die. All of them. Their last moments echoing into my mind. All of them.
He becomes unnaturally calm.
It's funny. I remember exactly how many there were. 384. They're still here, you know. Right. Here.
What is...
I still remember! They all died! Alone! In pain! In my head! They won't leave!
He begins to struggle against his bonds, screaming.
Oh, you're insane.
No. It's not me. It's them. I'm still the same way I was. I'm just sharing my mind with them. Giving them a place to stay. Letting them live out their lives. Through me. Oh! I remember now.
What do you remember?
You. I remember you.
What? But how?
Oh, David.
How do you know my name?
I know much more than that. I know everything about you, David Rutger. 23 years old. In love with a woman named Emily. But you never told her. You were too afraid. But not too afraid to leave your job at the post office and join the army when you were 21.
No.
You never were the brightest or the most athletic. So you were placed on security at a research facility out in New Mexico.
No, it can't be.
He starts
But
to
it is.
panic.
But it is, Dave. You remember. Don't deny it. I know you remember. Because I remember. I remember everything. But all I want to do is forget. But I need to remember to keep you alive. Alive through me. That's why I remember.
No, stop it. It's not true. I'm not dead. I'm not.
I remember your last thoughts.
Dave stands up and turns to face downstage with a blank expression on his face, speaking very fast.
I wonder when. Oh, my head, my head, my head. I love you, Em.
Dave begins to scream in pain, clutching his head. His screams gradually become abstract sounds of suffering, and he falls over dead.
I'm sorry, David. I'm so sorry.
Dave stands back up and removes the ropes from around John to reveal that John is wearing a straitjacket. Dave picks up John and puts him on the floor. Dave picks up the chair and exits stage right.
I'm so sorry. It was all my fault. All my fault.
The rest of the stage lights come on, illuminating the entire stage. A scientist enters from stage right holding a voice recorder. She observes John from upstage, then presses the record button on the recorder, holding it up to her mouth.
November 27th, 2031. Patient 0. Emotional state seems to have stabilized, presumably due to recession alternate consciousness into a dormant state. Progress corresponds to the hypothesized recovery cycle. Mindbound version 0.1, side effects almost non-existent. Dose 487 of memory suppression drug will be applied according to normal schedule. Due to exceptional progress in recent months, Mindbound testing phase 2 has been cleared for execution. I repeat, phase 2 of testing has been cleared.
Blackout, end of play.